Folks, I was inspired to do this video after watching today, actually about 45 minutes ago or so, what I thought was going to be a fun video of a group of girls and their day at the beach. And it turned out that they went to a crappy beach, and everything about the beach they went to was super, super boring. And it looked like you couldn't have planned a more boring, crappy trip if you, tried to do that, to pick the crappiest possible beach trip that you could put together. And that's what it looked like they intentionally tried to put together, because it was just so crappy and awful and boring. And so that's when I was inspired to show you people my awesome shoreline coast tour, that I call it, because you're going down the Jersey coastline, starting at Sandy Hook Bridge and continuing. You don't get off Ocean Avenue, you remain on Ocean Avenue, Ocean Boulevard, the entire trip, and just hug the coastline all the way down to about Manasquan. But this is what I wrote. This was my comment that I wrote as a comment on the girls' crappy beach trip. I said, you got to try Belmar at the Jersey Shore, and your anchor beach spot has to be at 8th Avenue near Playa Bowls and 7-Eleven. There's a boardwalk restroom every quarter mile or so, and this particular spot at Belmar is just a really happening scene. Afterwards, you could head 8 miles south to Point Pleasant Beach, where they have a pretty fun boardwalk with all kinds of food and rides, etc., with the highlight being the Tiki Bar, which has a pier which stretches out across the entire beach, and at the end of the pier there's a bar that at that point is above the ocean water. You can also order food at that bar. Another mandatory stop is Windmill Restaurant, 8 miles north of Belmar, at 444 Ocean Boulevard in Long Branch. It was actually constructed to look like a windmill, and you see it there in the picture, so it does look like a windmill. There are additional locations of windmill. I have never been to any of them. I probably never will. This is my tradition. This is the only one that looks like a windmill. I get a seat right at the window. There's limited seating, but it's not too difficult if you're determined to get a spot along the skinny table that's only about 8-10 feet long or so at the window. But it's not too difficult if you're determined to get that seat. Here you can find the world's most amazing charcoal broiled cheeseburgers. Now this is something I have to point out, folks. To hear the restaurant talk about their food, they act like the hot dogs are the big draw, a big deal at this place. Go for the hot dogs. No, their hot dogs are mediocre at best. You're better off buying a Nathan's hot dog in the supermarket, or I forget one of the high-end brands of hot dogs in the supermarket. But you're not going to go here for the hot dogs. You're going to go here for the cheeseburgers. Here you can find the world's most amazing charcoal broiled cheeseburgers, and they are amazing. And they also have fries and all the rest. A pretty good menu. Another cool tradition for me when I'm in this area is to start out north at Seabright by crossing over the Sandy Hook Bridge and do the drive on Ocean Avenue / Boulevard, because the name of the actual road varies according to where you are on that road, but you're going to stay on that road the whole way down. And it hugs the shoreline, and you remain on Ocean Boulevard and just drive south through the ocean towns of Seabright, Long Branch, Ocean Grove, Avon by the Sea, Belmar, Seagirt, and Manasquan. This is a very cool drive, and it's about 20 miles altogether. And I mentioned to them, after you do my beach trip, you will thank me profusely, and you will have gone from totally lame to amazing. Now, I gotta say, I've been on this earth quite a bit longer than these girls, so they wouldn't have had the opportunity to discover this. Maybe they would have at one point discovered this. I had more time, more years to discover it, so I gotta give. We have to justify my having a much better beach trip day experience than they did, because they just didn't have the time to discover it. But anyway, another very cool spot to visit along the Jersey Shore is Beach Haven on Long Beach Island, and particularly Bay Village, but that whole island is a very pleasant experience and very nice. Signing off from horrible, dreadful, awful Allentown, Pennsylvania, this is Mark Friedman.